So potential receivables would be 150,000.
Sorry. So I think you cut out there. Say it again.
Yeah, so all the receivables would be 150,000.
I'm just kidding. You didn't cut out. 150K in about 60-ish days.
Yes. No, but it wasn't collected, but yeah.
Yeah. But from that, you're going to go on to potentially receive that.
Exactly.
That's good, man. That's impressive. That's awesome. Cool. I just got to digest that for a second.
Yeah.
All right. What's going on, everybody? We got Hayden here with PowerSURGE Marketing and Dr. Daniel Bay with, well, actually a few different companies. But Dan, thanks for joining us, man. How you doing?
Hey, buddy. How you doing, Hayden?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. What were you holding up there?
A tape measure, because you had a really cool mug, Get Shit Done. And I was looking around my desk, and the only thing I had was a tape measure.
Cool, man. Well, if that doesn't throw people for a loop, I don't know what will. But hey, I appreciate you, carving 5-ish minutes out of your schedule to hop on. We'll talk about a few things. And if we can, man, I'll throw the first question your way. If you can, just give us a bit of your background and tell us a bit about yourself.
All right. Awesome, man. I am a chiropractor practicing right now in Frankfort, Illinois, south suburb of Chicago. And I've been a chiropractor for probably close to 19, 20 years right now.
Nice.
And I've been loving it ever since. And as you know, in business, things are always changing. So it's looking back at 20 years, it's like, wow, what I started doing and what I'm doing right now is absolutely a total coin flip. Never expected the practice or the profession to be where it is right now. The good, bad, and the ugly. Nevertheless, I love what I do, and I love it actually now a little bit more since I've met you. I also run a consulting company called Close for Chiro, where we teach docs how to do a proper day one, day two, how to get the prospects that come into your practice and not screw it up. Chiropractic is so awesome in its fundamentals. However, a lot of docs screw things up at the first 2 days where the patients actually say no. So I'm the founder of Close for Chiro as well.
Love it, man. I'll tell you what, on that second note, we're fully aware of the people who don't know how to close because they always say, man, the leads don't work. Man, people don't want what we got. Well, no, they don't always say that, but sometimes they say that. And I'll tell you what, I haven't heard that out of your mouth. I did this 2 times, but I haven't heard it 1 time from you because you know what you're doing, right? I appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's a headspace thing because the leads are not weak. You're weak, and it's that whole Glenn Ross clip. Yeah, and it's a really slippery slope, man. Because once you start blaming other things outside of your influence, it doesn't give you the impetus to change what you're doing. So it's a dangerous place to be.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I appreciate that, man. Awesome. Cool. So next question. How'd you find out about our program?
So frankly, I was actually looking for Facebook marketing for the Close for Chiro business because I realized I just got so much time left in my day. So I was thinking, you know what, I need someone to build something out for me. I've been looking for a while. I kind of knew what I wanted. I just wanted someone to help me build it that had the same sales mentality. You know what I mean? Because if people don't understand sales, they certainly don't understand marketing. And I was kind of going through it. And, I look at Facebook ads because as a consumer, because I want to see what works for me. It's the same style that would work for others. So I came across your ad, which was actually a testimonial with a colleague of mine that I've actually trained. His name is 𝗂𝗛𝗜𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗥, a great chiropractor not far from my location.
Yep.
And I said, hey, how's this Hayden guy working out for you? He's like, he's doing great. I was like, cool. And I want to get my practice I want to give it a boost. So I said, let me give this guy a call. And then I called you and the rest is history, my man.
I like it. Yeah. Well, I guess we know kind of what we're doing, at least to find someone like you through a Facebook ad, the same way we're finding more people, right? So
that's right.
That's cool. Okay. How long ago was that?
I believe that was probably, better than me. You're a stats guy. I think it was the beginning of June, and right now it's end of July.
Yeah, about 8 weeks ago. Yeah, I'm kind of asking you a load of questions. I know the answers to these things.
Yeah, good.
So it was around that same time that you joined our program for your practice, and as well, we're doing some additional things for the Close for Chiro business, helping you grow that, right?
Yes.
Awesome, cool. And what kind of results have you had this?
All right, well, that's where the rubber meets the road, and I got to tell you something. Everything works for a little bit, but rarely do things work in the long run, especially if you're not always working it. So, I didn't want to jump on anything initially because I know everything is kind of fresh. I've always worked. So the 8-week mark is, I think, a perfect time to look at the numbers. So I just did an internal audit on because I have other marketing things going on, obviously, but just strictly Facebook marketing, which is what you're building out or you've built out for me, I had 79 opt-ins. And those are people that just said, hey, I want whatever, X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
I had 38 actually go from an opt-in to a schedule in, which they schedule into the automated scheduler that you set up, which is very, very elegant. It works really well. And then out of the 38, 28 eventually showed up physically present in my office. And then out of the 28, we closed 25, and that's within an 8-week period.
Boom, man. 25 out of 20. I don't even know what that percentage is, but that's damn high. Good job.
Yeah, well, I'm curious too. Hold on. 25 divided by 28. That's 89%. So we're gonna round up and call it a 90% close rate on that one.
Because you know what? Isn't that part of the Close with Chiro pitch, man? You help people get around that same number, right?
That's right.
I love it. I love it. And I don't just see it with you. I see it with the other docs that I work with in that program. But that's awesome, man. And part 2 of that question, this is the part that I love the most, and it's probably what's going to cause me to eventually raise my fees the more people like you I start working with. But what would you say is your average, well, not your case average, but what do you think your estimated receivables would be from those 25 people that close?
Oh, well put. Estimated receivables. So my case average is about 60 something hundred. But let's just round down just for just fudge factor. We'll say 6,000 case average. So that's 25 times 6,000. So potential receivables would be 150,000.
Sorry, so I think you cut out there. Say it again.
Yeah, so all the receivables would be 150,000.
I'm just kidding. You didn't cut out. 150K in about 60-ish days.
Yes. No, but it wasn't collected, but yeah.
Yeah. But from that, you're going to go on to potentially receive that.
Exactly.
That's good, man. That's impressive. That's awesome. Cool. I just got to digest that for a second.
Yeah. It's funny. I just picked the numbers and I don't even, I don't even look at the numbers. These are just metrics, but I got to tell you something. The amount, when it really comes down to is the fact that what I love is that it is a consistent machine that's always running. And what I like about you, Hayden, is that you understand marketing and you understand how people reply and respond on Facebook, which is a different platform than any other marketing that we've seen. And I don't know, I'm sure you agree, but if anyone's watching this, if you're not on Facebook, you're a loser. I'm just kidding. You're not a loser. You got to be on Facebook because everyone's there and you got to be where the market's at.
Yep.
And the great thing about it is that I know I could probably sit there and learn ClickFunnels and all that crap, but frankly, I didn't have the time for it. But I'm glad that we hooked up because you understand how it works, not only from a technical standpoint, but in terms of an organic standpoint, which is really, really nice to see.
Awesome. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Last question I got for you is, what are your plans for the future?
Future, keep rocking on, man. Gonna just claim my market share, not only for my practice, for chiropractic in general, because people need to know that we're out there. And through Facebook is going to be one of the, if not the best tool to do that, to position us in a place where people are actually showing up into our offices that we can deliver the care that they so lovingly deserve.
Yeah, get in front of the attention. I love it, man.
That's right.
Double, triple down on that. Cool. Well, I appreciate you hopping on, Dan. Again, I really do appreciate it, man. I'm done on my end. If you do on your end have any last questions, feedback, thoughts, concerns?
Yeah, you know what? The only thing is that, just like sales, marketing is its own beast.
Yep.
And I really believe that if you go into the marketing realm as more of an art form and not as a one and done, I think it's good for everyone. Now, as a chiropractor, we didn't really learn marketing like you have, Hayden, and we all know that there's so many moving parts to it. But this right here needs to be something that's always it has to be established, and it has to be something that's systematized. So it's something that's always in front of them as well. We also talked about this as well, but you can't just put an offer out there. You also got to be a lighthouse information and content, because frankly, right now, this is the age of content marketing where people are not just going to, opt into an offer. And I believe the results that I got was not only from what was built, but also the counsel that you gave me on the fact that, hey, you can't just do this, but you got to put some things out here. You got to be the total package in terms of the go-to person. It ain't just an offer, but it's just establishing your identity as someone who is an expert in your field, and that goes beyond the ad.
Awesome, bro. Well,
yeah.
Can I hire you as a spokesperson?
I'm pretty expensive, but I
I'm sure
think you
you
can
are,
afford. But I think you can afford me, man.
Well, we'll have that in another conversation. Dan, hey, brother, I really appreciate it, man. I look forward to continue working with you, continue doubling, tripling down on everything we've done. And I think that's just going to be a small fraction as to what we're both going to be able to do.
Right. And Hayden, also, I want to thank you for taking care of my colleagues, because I care about my profession. I care about how we're positioned and what's represented, as well as how they collect revenue, because revenue is what businesses require.
Yep.
We don't just do this to serve. That's a side effect, but we need revenue. And I appreciate you understanding that and helping my colleagues and the profession reach the heights that it absolutely deserves to reach.
Awesome, brother. Well, I appreciate you. We'll talk soon, Dan.
All right. Thanks, Hayden. Good work, buddy. Boom.